Hey guys, how you all doing today? Doing a brand new video. This one is going to be one of a couple videos that I'm planning on releasing very shortly. From what you can tell by the title, I'm going to be showing off my complete Steelbook collection for you guys today. I haven't counted them in a while. I know you can't see them, but I've got this shelf below my Spider-Man here with all my Steelbooks. I haven't counted them. I'd probably say there's, I don't know, probably 80 Steelbooks, 70 to 80 Steelbooks. I'll have it in the title. I'll count out this video and I'll have it in the title how many I have in total. Another video I want to do, which will post in the next couple of weeks, is my complete Arrow video Blu-ray collection. I've started collecting a bunch of Arrow tiles. I think I've got probably 30 or close to 40 Arrow video Blu-rays. I'm probably going to wait off a week or two to do that because I've got about 8 to 10 more Arrow video Blu-rays coming in the mail, which should come in the next week or two. So I might wait till they get here so I can include them in that collection video. But I thought today I'm not expecting any more Steelbooks anytime soon, with the exception of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which I think is next week. It was meant to be, well, this week. It was meant to be last week, but I think it comes out this week on Wednesday. By the time you're watching this, it's probably already Wednesday or past. So that's the only one that I'm waiting on, but that's on a pre-order and I haven't been contacted yet. So I'm assuming probably Wednesday or Thursday that will come out and I'll go and get that. But without further ado, I'll show you all my Steelbooks. There's a variation of Blu-ray and 4Ks. I think majority of 4Ks, probably 2/3 of them are 4Ks. There's a couple in there that I had the normal 4K of, and I wanted the Steelbook, and I ended up just getting the Blu-ray Steelbook and sort of putting my 4K discs in there, which I know a lot of collectors hate. I used to be one of those collectors where I'm like, nah, if it comes like that, it stays like that, not swapping discs or adding discs or anything like that. But there had been a couple where I've got the 4K, I want the Steelbook, they either didn't do a 4K Steelbook, or they were the exact same covers, and the 4K Steelbook was like an extra $10 or $20. I'm like, I've got the 4K, may as well just get the cheap one. But without any further ado, I'll go through them. First one up is 007, No Time to Die. Sorry for the reflections, I do have them in these plastic protector sleeves. So I'll try and turn them so you can see them a bit better. But yes, No Time to Die. Try and put that back in there. 10 Cloverfield Lane. Now this was one that was originally a Blu-ray Steelbook. Now I live in Australia, so this didn't get a Steelbook release over here at all. Blu-ray, 4K, whatever. So I got this imported from the US. So this was the normal Blu-ray. I had the 4K in my collection of 10 Cloverfield Lane, so I ordered this in from the US. It was like $25. Swapped out the Blu-ray discs for my 4Ks, and now I've got a replacement 4K case if I need. So that's 10 Cloverfield Lane. I actually do really like this one. It did come dented at the top. You can't really see it. I did try and sort of, press on the inside to flatten it, which helped a little bit, but it's not that noticeable. Might just stack a couple up there. We've got 300 Rise of an Empire. Now, this didn't get a 4K release in Australia. I don't actually know if it ever got a 4K release anywhere. I'm not too sure. I haven't really looked into it, but that's just the Blu-ray Steelbook. And then we've got 2012. Now this is one I haven't swapped the discs out for yet. This is just the Blu-ray. I do own the 4K, so I might just have to swap out the discs. The only reason I haven't is because this is a 1-disc Blu-ray, not a 2-disc Blu-ray. The 4K I have is a 2-disc where it's got the 4K and the Blu-ray, so it's just kind of like, oh, do I still want the Blu-ray disc in there because it's got all the special features on it? So that's the only reason I haven't swapped them out yet. The Blu-ray for Alien Covenant. That's the Blu-ray Steelbook. I do want to get the 4K. That's when I do. I'll swap those discs out for them as well. The Blu-ray of Steelbook of The Amazing Spider-Man, the first one. This is I want to say German release. I've had this probably 10 or 12 years since it came out. So probably when this came out 12 years ago. So be between 10 and 12 years. It's all written in German on the back, so this isn't a slip on the back. They've actually printed out on the Steelbook, which is a little bit annoying because when you get a Steelbook, you get the slick, the slick over it, which has all this detail, and then you can kind of peel off and it's got like a cool image underneath. That one has all the write-ups, which was really weird on that one. And you got the original Ant-Man. Now, this is just the Blu-ray as well. I never did bother upgrading a lot of the Marvel movies. There was a couple where I did, like my favorite ones, like the Iron Man trilogy. And I think I got Ant-Man 2 on 4K, not the Steelbook, but this was one I didn't bother upgrading yet. Assassin's Creed, this one is also just a regular Blu-ray. Haven't been bothered to upgrade that either yet. Wasn't a favorite to buy brand new. This one is a 4K, and that's Avengers Infinity War. I did miss out on this one and the Endgame Steelbooks when they were released brand new. I don't know why I didn't buy them, but I had the normal 4K of this. Found this one secondhand really cheaply. I think it was like $10. And it was in like minty condition, so I ended up getting that with the 4K. And then I got to the new Batman with Twilight guy in it. I'm blanking on his name. You know who I'm talking about. That was an okay movie. I didn't mind that one. And then you've got the Blu-ray Steelbook of Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice. This is probably one of my least favorite Steelbooks, just because of the artwork where you have to sort of turn it upside down when you look on the other side. I didn't really like it. I would have preferred them just to be up the normal way, but it is what it is. This is one of my more recent pickups. Again, it was a really cheap Blu-ray Steelbook. It's like $10. Beauty and the Beast. If I do ever get the 4K cheap enough, I'll swap the discs over. This one I haven't seen in years, this movie, and I remember loving this. This was like one of my favourite animated movies when this came out in cinemas, and that's Big Hero 6. I do really need to rewatch that one. That's just the Blu-ray one as well. A movie I have only seen the first probably 25 minutes of and turned it off. I wasn't a huge fan, but I want to keep the Steelbook just because I'm collecting Steelbooks, and that is Birds of Prey. Wasn't a huge fan of that movie. And then another movie wasn't a huge fan of, but I collect the Steelbooks, and that is Black Adam. I do really like Shazam. Shazam's like one of the very few DC movies that I actually really like. Shazam, the original Batman trilogy, not the original, but the Batman trilogy by Christopher Nolan, they were really good. That's probably about it. But Black Adam, I'd probably watch this one more time in my life, but I just wanted the Steelbook. And then another 4K Steelbook, a movie I haven't watched yet. I am intrigued to watch it, and that is Bullet Train. And I don't actually mind the Steelbook. There was a little bit of effort put into this one. That was actually a really nice Steelbook. A Blu-ray Steelbook that I got imported from the UK, and that is Chucky Season 1. A series I didn't think I would actually like, but was actually very surprised by. I'm actually really keen for Season 3. And then the 4K Steelbook of The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. Now, sorry for the glare, I did own this on normal 4K. I didn't actually buy the Steelbook on release day, and I kind of kicked myself because I spent almost the same amount of money, other than maybe $5. And ended up getting this as a Christmas present from someone. So I was happy about that. So, and then a 4K Steelbook. I haven't seen any of these movies. I'm not a huge fan of the Rocky series. I know, hate me. But this was so cheap. It was like $10 brand new, and that is Creed 2. I don't think I even owned the first one. This one came a bit wonky, or not wonky, but it's a bit loose. Like there's a bit of an air bubble in the front cover between the plastic and the steel, which annoys me. A Steelbook I've had for quite a long time, probably since this came out about 10 years ago, 12 years ago, and that's the original first Deadpool movie, Blu-ray Steelbook. Again, if I get the 4K cheap enough, I'll upgrade that. Now this, I believe, I can't remember if this was a 4K release or if I swapped out the discs or not. I want to say I swapped out the discs on this one. I think the 4K Steelbook and the Blu-ray Steelbook were identical in look, but obviously there was just a price difference when they came out brand new. I didn't buy this brand new. I bought it secondhand, very cheap, and swapped out the discs. And that is for Deadpool 2. Very basic, but I like it. And then the 4K Steelbook for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I actually didn't mind that Marvel movie. It's one of the newer Marvel movies I liked. I think they've kind of gone off the rails a bit with Marvel in the last probably 5 or so years. Probably since Infinity War, I haven't really loved a Marvel movie. I thought Endgame was good at the time. Doesn't really hold up anymore, in my opinion. I know, hate me. Now, this next one is probably my favourite Steelbook I own. Just the whole design of it is lovely. Now, I didn't get this in store. It sold out in store. They weren't taking pre-orders. You had to buy it online, at least in the state I was in. and it came a little bit dented, which I was really angry about, but it sold out in pre-order, so you couldn't return it to get a different one. And that's Dune, or June, however you say it. I say June. Some people, I know it's Dune, like sand dune. It's a bit hard to read the text there, but Dune. That is like an amazing looking steelbook. I don't know if you can see it properly. There's a little bit of ding up there and a couple little dents there. Not a big issue, but it is what it is. Just sucks. The Blu-ray Steelbook. Now, I do own the 4K of this, so again, I don't know if I want to swap the 4K discs in here, because I think this is a 1-disc 4K set. The 4K one is a 2-disc one, but it's Dunkirk, another very nice. I love the back cover for that with the boat. Absolutely love that. And then we have Elvis. Again, one of my probably least favorite steelbooks. I feel it's just very lazy. It's just the basic poster with the Elvis, a little bit embossed. And I hate when they put writing on it, like the cast and stuff like that. Same at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. It's got all the... I don't like it. It shouldn't be on a steelbook. It should be on the slick that you can take off. And it should just be like images. That's what I think, but it is what it is. Eternals wasn't an amazing movie. I do really like Barry Keoghan though, so he was probably my favourite part of this movie. And then a film trilogy I'm not a huge fan of. I loved the Harry Potters, loved them to bits, but I wasn't a huge fan of the Fantastic Beasts movies. But this is Fantastic Beasts 2, The Crimes of Grindelwald. It's one of these reversible ones again, like the Batman versus Superman, where you have to turn it upside down. It does my life in, but it's a steelbook, it was cheap enough. And then we got Secrets of Dumbledore. Again, not a huge fan of the series, but one of the steelbooks. And then we got the Fast and Furious 1. I want to say I did swap out the 4K discs for this because this was a normal Blu-ray. So I've just swapped out the 4K disc from my 4K release. And then this one's a US import for Fast and Furious 6. Again, this was a Blu-ray release. I've swapped out my 4K discs in it. And then this one was a 4K release. I did buy this on normal 4K the day it came out. And then, again, got this as a present to sort of replace that one. But Fast and Furious 9 on Steelbook. And then another one, this goes hand in hand with my favourite Steelbook with Dune. And that's Ghostbusters Afterlife. It is such a nice Steelbook. I actually really enjoyed this movie. I know this got a lot of criticism, but I really liked it. I hope they do a sequel. I think they did a really good job with it. And then we got Godzilla 3D, it's the Blu-ray and Blu-ray 3D. Never bothered upgrading to the 4K, just didn't see the point in it. I'm pretty sure I won this in a giveaway from Jacksick99, if I'm not mistaken, years and years ago. And then we got A Good Day to Die Hard. I don't think these ever got... I think the first one of these movies got a 4K release in Australia. I don't think any of the other ones did. If it does, I'll probably end up replacing the Blu-ray with the 4K because I did really like that one. Hacksaw Ridge. Again, really nice steelbook. It's the Blu-ray one. And then the 4K steelbook for Heat. Sorry, it's a bit hard to see. I'm trying to angle it so you can see it. Very nice steelbook as well. Very simple, but really nice. So that's the first row done. Now on to the second row. House of the Dragons. I remember watching the first couple seasons of Game of Thrones and then losing interest after like season 4. I think I finished season 5 when I was on TV, never bothered watching 6, 7 or 8. I think I just kind of lost the plot. I've rewatched the first 3 seasons. Again, probably not going to continue watching it, but House of the Dragons. This one was actually really good. I really did like this one. I'm waiting for season 2. I think they did a really good job of that series. And then next up we have the Hurt Locker, which is just the standard Blu-ray. And then the 4K steelbook for The Incredibles. I think I picked this up for like $5, really cheap in like mint condition. Just gonna stack that. I don't know, I'll stack it there, I'll fix it later. The Blu-ray steelbook of Independence Day Resurgence, probably one of my least favorites again. I just don't like the blue. I think it just looks tacky on the steel, but it is what it is. Inside Out. I bought this Blu-ray steelbook when it was released back in 2014, so almost 10 years ago. Never watched the movie. It's just sat on my shelf. I've never watched it. I'll probably get around to watching it because I think they're doing a sequel, but it was just one I was never interested in, so I ended up keeping my Steelbook for Iron Man 3. I did pick up the trilogy pack on 4K, but I don't want to swap the discs out because it's like a 3-pack in one case, and I don't want there to be a missing disc from that case, so I can't just get the Blu-ray Steelbook. It's not in the best condition. There was a phase where I wasn't going out and buying every Steelbook, but I bought like a couple here and there, and I didn't have the protectors. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's got a little bit of chipping like around the edges. Then you can sort of see it along there. So yeah, a lot of the artwork has sort of chipped away, but it is what it is. The original It Blu-ray Steelbook, gift years ago, loved it. And then the next two, so is the Blu-ray Steelbook for the It Chapter 1, Andy Muschietti one of my favorite films of all time. And then It Chapter 2, this is the 4K Steelbook. I got this for like less than $3. I remember it's one of the cheapest, best deals I've ever found on a Steelbook, so amazing deal. And then I got Jurassic Park Dominion. Not an amazing movie, not an amazing trilogy overall, but one of the Steelbook. And then King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. Never watched this one. It's just the Blu-ray Steelbook. And then a movie I really enjoyed. I think this got a lot of flack, if that's the word you use. Like, it didn't get a very good review, and that's The King's Man, which is the prequel to Kingsman. And then I got Kingsman: The Golden Circle. I'm not sure if they ever did a Steelbook for the first Kingsman movie or not. If they did, I definitely missed it. And then we got Kong Skull Island as the just the regular Blu-ray. And then we got the regular Blu-ray for Logan. Again, if I get the 4K cheap enough, I'll just swap the discs. And then we got Mad Max Fury Road. This is the 3D Steelbook, so it's got the 3D Blu-ray and the regular Blu-ray. It's just, I think it's a 2-disc one. And this one I think is a metal pack because the spine is a bit weird. It's got like the actual like bit in it rather than actual Steelbook. I do own the 4K of this, but I don't think it's got enough room for the 4K without either taking out the regular Blu-ray or the 3D Blu-ray. So I don't really want to obviously take out a special features or a 3D disc, considering it says 3D on it. So, and then we got Matrix Resurrections. Not an amazing movie. I thought it was good, not great. I'd probably give it a rewatch, but. And then we've got Metallica Through the Never. It's their concert movie, which has like a bit of a movie happening at the same time as their concert. It's very weird because it's not quite a live show, but it's also not like a full movie. Next up is Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. I used to own this Steelbook when it came out. This was the Blu-ray Steelbook. I did own this. I got rid of it. And then I upgraded all the Mission Impossibles to 4K. And recently, only a couple of weeks ago, I found this at a flea market for $1. It was in minty condition. The Blu-ray Steelbook, there was not a scratch or dent or any of it chipping away. It was $1, so I ended up taking my 4K discs, putting it in there. So it's the 4K Steelbook. And then same thing with this. I got this imported from the US. It was the Blu-ray Steelbook of Mission Impossible Fallout. The 4K Steelbook was identical online, but it was like an extra $15, I think. So I got the Blu-ray one and just swapped out the 4K discs. And then we got the Mortal Kombat, like recent one. It also has one of these reversible artworks. Hate them. And then I got, I think it's the French release of it, but it's the French release of the non-stop Blu-ray Steelbook. I do need a replacement disc for this movie, as it is in French, like the dialogue, and you can't change it. You change it to English, it just gives you like English subtitles. So I'll need to replace the Blu-ray Steelbook on the Blu-ray disc on that. And then we got the Pacific Rim Blu-ray Steelbook. I think this might be the 3D one, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I think this is a metal pack rather than a Steelbook when they did this one. And then we got the Paranormal Activity 1 Blu-ray Steelbook. I know it's hard to see with these slick plastic protectors on them, so I do apologise. And then we got the 2019 movie, The Predator. One of my favourite Predator movies. I know I got a lot of hate, but I really enjoyed it. One of my favourite movies of all time, Prometheus, the Blu-ray Steelbook. I haven't upgraded this to 4K yet. I eventually will. Yet again, I'll swap the discs when it gets around to that point. Again, one of my favourite movies of all time, A Quiet Place Part 2. Loved that one. A movie I have never seen before, so I do need to get around to watching it, is Raw Deal with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And then Ready Player One. This is just the Blu-ray Steelbook. Actually, no, I think that was the 4K one. No, that was a 4K one. I do apologise. That was a 4K one. I got this. It was super cheap. It was like $7 brand new, free shipping. It's Robot Overlords. I probably will never watch it. It was so cheap online. I couldn't turn down the deal. Like, postage alone is like $3 or $4. You know, so I couldn't turn down like a $7 Steelbook. And then I've got the Blu-ray anniversary edition. I think it's the 45th anniversary of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Absolutely love this movie. One of my all-time favorites. Almost there. Handful left. I got the Scream 2 4K Steelbook. I missed out on the first Scream one. I'm trying to get my hands on one of the re-release copies that they're doing. But the cheapest one to get it imported from America or the UK is like $70. So a lot of the other ones like in the $100 or $200 mark. So I'm not too sure if I want to spend that. Considering I've already got the Blu-ray 4-pack plus the original one on like a standard 4K. So I'm not too sure if I want to spend that much just to have the steel casing or not. Again, I got Scream 5 Steelbook. It's really hard to see, sorry. That one's a really nice Steelbook, so I do like that one. And then we got Shazam, one of my favorites. Love that Steelbook. And then we got Snow White and the Huntsman Blu-ray Steelbook. I can't remember if they did that on 4K or not. I know they did the sequel in 4K, but I'm not too sure if they did that one. This is a movie I don't think I'll probably ever watch. But yeah, I end up buying it. It's Space Jam: A New Legacy. It was cheap and it was like $20, brand new. And then we've got Spider-Man Far From Home. That one did come with a lenticular little magnet that's stuck in the front. I didn't throw it out, but I kind of just threw it in my closet. I didn't want it on there. And then I got Spider-Man No Way Home. And then we got the those two was 4K ones, if I didn't say. And then we got the Blu-ray Steelbook for Star Trek Into Darkness. I will eventually upgrade all those ones to 4K. And then we got the Star Wars trilogy. This is the original trilogy, which is like 4, 5, and 6. So that's got Star Wars 4, 5, and 6 in there. It's really hard to see. Yeah, that's really hard to see that front cover. It's got like Darth Vader on the front there, and it's got like Star Wars, and then it's got like 3 movies listed there. And then we got Star Wars: A Force Awakens. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I remember seeing like the sequel trilogy, like Darth Maul in it. I don't know a lot about Star Wars. I thought they were okay. I remember them as a kid. Never really rewatched them as an adult. I remember watching the newer trilogy. I really liked Force Awakens. Didn't think too much of the sequels after this, but not really a huge Star Wars guy. Alright, getting there. We've got a couple left. We've got this many left. I'll just hold them here. So we got the Blu-ray of Suicide Squad. Put a full there. We got the 4K Steelbook of Terminator Dark Fate. Genesis. And then we've got the 4K of Thor, Love and Thunder. I didn't mind this one. I know I got a lot of hate. It wasn't amazing. I don't think I hated it as much as a lot of people did. One of my favorite movies of last year, Top Gun Maverick. I didn't expect this to get a Oscar nomination, but it did. Like, I got a couple. Uncharted. I actually really, really liked this movie. I know a lot of people didn't. And then you got Venom, Let There Be Carnage. It's really hard to see that one. It's a really nice cover. The Blu-ray Steelbook of War for the Planet of the Apes. If you can't see them, I do have the rest of the collection just there. That's all the other Blu-ray movies in there up until the second one in this new trilogy, which is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. So all of them up until then. And you got Wonder Woman 1984. I actually didn't mind that one. And then the last two, X-Men Apocalypse. One of my favourite X-Men movies. I love Ben Hardy. And then last one, X-Men Dark Phoenix. What a pile of shit this movie was. I'm just going to say, it was a terrible movie. I think I got that steelbook like $15 or $20, like brand new. But that is all my steelbooks. Again, I will put in the title how many I got. I will count them after this video. Again, I will do an Arrow video. It's kind of like a complete collection in the next couple of weeks, so keep an eye out for that. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave me down a comment if you guys have done steelbook updates for your collections. Drop me down a link or a comment saying check mine out, because I do love watching other people's collection updates to see what everyone else has. And it's really cool to see what other people get overseas as well, like the US and the UK, because Australia doesn't really get a lot of steelbooks. Like I see all these people in America and the UK getting all these really cool steelbooks, and we're getting like the basic release, like the basic Blu-ray, the basic 4K. We're not even getting the movies at all sometimes. And, you know, you guys are all getting the 4K and digibook releases, which is so cool. But yeah, definitely like this video, give it a thumbs up, drop me down a comment. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time.